Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Daniel, and for those who are coming across my channel for the first time, I work as a senior analyst here in the UK, and I'm also a YouTuber. I'm a content creator and also a tech trainer. Now, one of the things I get to do, on a daily basis, aside from my full-time job, basically, is to have conversations with immigrants in the UK, those on different visa categories, student visa, post-study work visa, even skilled worker visa, on how to really navigate life in the UK, and um, go and make sure they're doing the right thing towards the paths of getting their permanent residence in the UK, that kind of stuff. So Navalny was considered with international students recently, and the major reason for all of this contact is because many people are finding it extremely impossible and very difficult to land a job. And we've been having a conversation on what they need to do differently and how they need to channel the application going forward. And the interesting thing is that for those who follow me on Instagram, there are lots of testimonies in the last couple of weeks. People who have been able to land jobs, people who have never gotten interviews before, but after working on their CV, they will start landing interviews and all of those interesting stuff. And people that have not that don't even have any knowledge of tech at all, after going through the training with Tech Drive, they've been able to build capacity, and they're now beginning to get interview invites. Now, the major purpose of this video really is to have conversations about how difficult it is to land interviews and get a job with visa sponsorship, and what you need to start doing differently, to be honest. And the truth is, many international students in the UK will be forced to go back to their home country, and the major reason is because of inability to get sponsorship and ability to stay back in the country. So that's going to be like the full gist or the full details that I will be sharing with you guys in this video. So if this sounds like something you'd like to know, or someone who needs to watch this video, please do share this video with them. And if you're coming across my channel for the first time, do also hit on the subscribe button to join the amazing growing family. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. One of the mistakes I've seen most international students in the UK make is that they believe or assume that their master's degree is enough to land them a job in the United Kingdom. I know I've had conversation with students who tell me, "Oh, Danny, I've got a distinction, in my master's program in XYZ, and it's still very difficult for me to land interviews." And I just, so when I hear things like that, I just smile, because the truth is, I also had a distinction, doing when I did my MBA here in the UK, and that did not give me any competitive edge. I mean, even after finishing up the MBA program, I couldn't get some jobs because the recruiter or the employers, tell me, "Oh, sorry, you're overqualified for the job." So even the MBA, the decision MBA, puts me at so much disadvantage. So when I hear people say things like, "Oh, I've got a master's degree, I did my master's in the UK. Why is it difficult for me to land a job? Why am I not getting interview invites?" The simple answer to that is that your MBA, your master's degree in data science or whatever program you did, is not going to give you any form of competitive advantage on your applications, or and your ability to land a job. So the question now is, what then is the way forward? What do I need to do? Now, one thing I tell people is that if you're an international student in the UK, the chances of you going back to your home country is very high. After completion of your program, and probably after you finish up your post-study work visa, the chances of you going back home is high, because if you don't get a skilled worker visa, if you don't get sponsorship, you wouldn't be able to, you know, um, stay back in the country, which obviously makes sense. Now, the sad truth is that even with your MBA program or whatever master's degree you've done, you need to upskill, and this is one thing that most people are not willing to push in the time. I really can understand, we are all busy, we're all trying to work. I can remember when I was, almost done with my program, and I could work more than 20 hours. I was practically working back to back, just to cover expenses and, to save up some funds. And I can imagine how busy you are, especially if you now got family, you need to sort financial part of your life, you need to sort out family responsibilities and all of that. But the truth is, you still need to try and create time to upskill. Now, I'm going to give you a very practical example. I had someone that got in touch with me last year, 2023, and he wanted to get a job as an accountant. And even though he had like 5 years experience working as an accountant back in his home country, coming to the UK, that does not really give you any edge, except you work with one of the big fours in your home country, probably in Nigeria or Ghana, and you're coming to the UK, applying for the same role with the same big four in the UK, then you might get some level of competitive edge. Aside from that, if you're trying to apply for a job with any other company, now it's really important for you to like upskill. So this person wanted to get an accounting job, and we went through the CV, we had conversations, and I was like, see, for you to land an accounting job in the UK, you need to have CIMA or ACCA. And at that time, I think he had ICANN, which is actually a certification that is more relevant in Nigeria. So like say you need to write ACCA, you need to write CIMA. If not, it might not be possible. Now we had that conversation around July 2023, and I was like, oh, when you're done with the CIMA, do let me know. I never heard anything from him anymore. And a couple of months ago, I think about 3 months ago or thereabout, he reached out to me again. I said, Danny, I know it's almost a year after we spoke, but I thought I could still try to apply without having the same, but after months of struggling, he had to go back and prepare for the exam. He passed the exam, and after he had the SEMA, he contacted me again 3 months ago, and we started having a conversation. Okay, now this is time for us to work on the CV. We need to push out some applications and all of those interesting stuff. Now, surprisingly, I think we applied for 3 different jobs that week, and he got 2 interviewing right, got the 2 offers, and one of the offers gave him COS, certificate of sponsorship, and he was surprised. I was like, so SIMA was what has been making it impossible for him to. So he has the skill set, he has a knowledge base. The only challenge is that he needed that SIMA, he needed to upskill, and that SIMA was something that gave him competitive edge. Even the company he applied with last year that never called him for an interview, he got the interview invite from that same company, got the job offer, and now he has already applied for a skilled worker visa. So the point I'm making here is that you need to upskill. No matter how much experience you've got back in your home country, oh, people tell me I've got 10 years experience. Why do I come on? You're in a different country. UK is a leveler, so you need to build some skill set, you need to upskill, you need to transition into different roles. I also had an individual that called me earlier this year, 2024, and he was trying to like get a job in tech. We had some little foundational knowledge on tech and all of that. And I was like, oh, Dan, I like to train with Tech Drive, blah blah blah. And we jumped on the training. He had no, should I say, he struggled at first because of how detailed and how interesting the program was, but he later was able to catch up with us, and he sent me a message I think sometime in August, and I'm probably going to make a video on that later in the future. And he sent me a long epistle. I mean, the last time I got an epistle like that was probably when you're dating a lady and she wants to tell you some stuff and write like birthday messages and all of that. It was a long one anyway. Now, so we're just trying to tell me, oh, Daniel, thank you for encouragement, blah, 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 blah. I just recently got a job as a system analyst here in the UK with the tier 2 visa sponsorship. So, guys, it's time to upskill. If you're on the post study work visa, if you're on the student visa, trust me, that master's program you're doing is not going to give you an edge. So, you need to upskill, write that certification if you need to, enroll into that program if you need to, write that course. Enough of procrastination. Guys, time is of the essence in the UK. You might think the post-study work visa you've got, is going to give you enough time, or you have time to plan and all of that. You don't have time. Trust me, the post-study work visa here runs really fast, especially if you're also trying to like make money and save up some money. It runs really fast. So you need to start making those plans as quick as possible. Upskill, guys. Upskill. Look for a program you think you're interested in. Learn the integrity of that particular field, and then start pushing out as many applications as possible. Now, this is quite a bit off the point of this video, but I just felt I need to mention in this video, especially for those who choose to watch the video till the end. It's really important to know that if you're currently in the UK and you find it difficult to get a job, guys, start looking for support work jobs in the UK, because this whole visa sponsorship restriction with healthcare visa doesn't most times apply to support work. And the reason I'm saying this is that just this week alone, I've got 3 people who got a job as a support worker, and they were sponsored with their family, and their visa were approved this week. So please, if you can get a support work, if you find it difficult to like upskill or learn something new, you just want a comfort, you want to stay in your comfort zone, then try and get a support work here in the UK. Most of the support works still gives sponsorship to dependents. So I know this most people are probably going to be skipping this so that the information is not out there, but that's not what we do here. Try and get, so there are actually opportunities to keep your family in the UK via support work. I hope that makes sense. All right, guys. So if you have any question around living in the UK, getting a job, sponsorship job, CV review, jumping on the call with me, please state them in the comment section, and you can also check out the links in the description below if you want us to jump on a chat. And if you're coming across my channel for the first time, do well to hit on the subscribe button to join the amazing growing family. And my returning subscribers, thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So this will be the end of this video, and I'll sure see you guys in my next video. Thank you.